Hello everyone. How's it going? Yes, I can see the chat. I can see the people have already started asking questions. But before actually jumping onto that, I will quickly kickstart this particular live streams. So I hope you all are doing well, and those who all had enjoyed Diwali last night, I hope you all had a lot of fun with sweets, families, firecrackers, candles, diyas, all those pujas, and everything. So again, a happy Diwali to everyone who enjoyed it last night. But let me know in the chat where are you all joining in from. We had a live stream yesterday about no light mini event, and that went pretty well. And yeah, looking forward to this particular live stream, which I'm going to talk about in a little while. But yeah, I didn't forget sweets. I mentioned that. I mentioned that. But you all can let me know in the chat where from which city are you all joining in from, just to understand the crowd. I see Polar V01D is running from Mumbai. Raipur, nice. Yesterday we didn't had someone from Raipur. Yeah, that's good to know. Delhi, Chandigarh, Kolkata, that's fantastic. Welcome, Harsh, Harshit, Fearless. It should be volcano, but it is volcano, so I'll accept that. Dead Nuggies from Mumbai. Hi, I am Sandan and I'm joining from Kolkata, India. Welcome, Hyderabad. Last word, that's great. Hi Amit. Hello, welcome to the stream. Kolkata. I see couple of folks from Kolkata yesterday as well. There were many people from Kolkata. That's really good to know. I recently have been to Kolkata in the month of July, I guess. I look forward to visit Kolkata super soon. I love the city. Mumbai. Hello, welcome. Islamabad. That's awesome. Spain to something. Chhattisgarh. You're asking for it. I'm from Lahore, Pakistan. That's fantastic. Anyone else who's left? And I'll just go a little up on the chat. I see people have been saying hi's and hellos. That's really good. I have this habit of just first of all engaging with the audience because this allows me to understand more about you, where you all are joining it from, and just to you know break that ice between both of us, like you and me, right? And this way you also get to interact with the other members in the audience, right? So it's like super welcoming at the same time. So why not? So whenever I say like engage in the chat, it's your time to just be who you are. Type in the chat where you all are joining in from. Talk with me or talk with other members in the chat. Ask questions, answer the questions, and try to be as inclusive as possible. For example, here, uh, Doc Cake has used the word folks, which makes it super inclusive for everyone because we should avoid words like guys, bros, something like that. So I'm glad that you all are using these inclusive words as well while you're communicating in the chat. It's perfect. Who else? Who else? Oh, we have people from Morocco as well. It's nice. Actually, college is in Raipur. I see. Nigeria, fantastic. Oh, we recently had a conference over there, City JS Lagos. I'm not sure if it. Were you able to attend that? From where are you joining? Good question. Thank you for asking that. I'm joining in all the way from Vadodara. Because I'm live streaming, I can join from anywhere. But yes, I'm joining in from Vadodara, Gujarat. That's where I live. But my hometown is Udaipur, Rajasthan. So it's a very good city, I would say. Yes, that's correct. I am from Vadodara. Perfect. Awesome. And let us know how was your day one? Like, what was your best fun thing which you did when from the day one? Was there any fun challenges which you took part in, or any live stream which you attended? Anything. Let me know in the chat what was like the most fun thing about day one at Global Hack, and if that is something you enjoyed it, and what are you looking forward to? Okay, kissing. I like that hoodie. Yes, I got this from Hackon. So if you see, it is a customized hoodie with my hackathon name on it, which is Hack This Fall. No, that's not the coaches hoodies. Coaches hoodies are different. This one is like the hoodie which I received from Hackon because I was speaking at Hackon last year, and I got this as customized by my hackathon name because I run Hack This Fall, which is a member event, and this member event. That is why. The opening ceremony was fun. Chrome Dino, yeah, I love Chrome Dino. I play that a lot. Maybe one day I'll be hosting Chrome Dino as well, so I hope to see you there. The opening ceremony was fun. That's good. Opening ceremonies are always fun, you know. Mary and Ryan just take it away from everyone. It's like the most fun thing. Machine learning with Will was really cool. Wow, that's really good to know that people are enjoying the workshops as well. Fantastic. I can't say less about Bob Ross. You know, whenever I feel like I am stressed out, whenever I feel like, you know, I'm like a little worried and I am thinking too much, I just go to the JS Paint app and I start sketching, I start drawing, I start just painting following along with Bob Ross. So definitely one of my favorite mini events out there. Did that happen? And I missed that? Please send me the link to this one. I really want to see Ryan playing an instrument. No, that can't happen. Alright, I need to check this. I guess I missed this. Working on the challenges, it's amazing to put knowledge into practicing real world problems. Definitely. That is what it is all about, right? And having said that, talking about today's live stream, it is Hackathons 101. So, in case you haven't registered or checked in yet, please head over to this link which I'm gonna quickly share in the chat as well. I'm gonna update some banners over here. All right, thanks for sharing the link, Paul B. I'm gonna check it later for sure. And I've also shared the link in the chat. Please head over to that link and register yourself if you haven't yet. And once you have registered, please check in as well. Let me quickly share my screen so that I can help you with this. All right. Let me know if you all can see my screen. Perfect. Yes, it's visible. Great. So all you need to do is just head over to the link which I've shared in the chat and just click on this button, register and check in. And once you have done that, you'll see this green magic that you are checked in. That's it. That's the only thing which you need to do for registering and checking in. And once you have done that, quickly let me know in the chat your favorite number. Once you have registered and checked in, you can let me know in the chat your favorite number, and then we will assume that you have done it. That's how we do it, right? We do not say we are done, we have submitted, we have seen. We just pick a random thing and talk about it. Just register and check in and type in a favorite number in the chat. I see four. Like for me, there are two numbers which are my favorite, or lucky I would say. One of them is 5 and one of them is 7. So I have two numbers which I have in the list. This is interesting. 1,000. 13. You know, here's the thing. For anyone random joining the stream now, they might be wondering why are they playing with numbers? This is a Hackathon 101 stream. Or are they trying to convert the numbers into binary just like 101? Perfect. Cool. Thank you so much. You know, that's the thing I like about you all. You are like super sporty and you do not think before doing anything, and you are just getting so involved in the fun we are doing here in the live stream. So I like that. You know, maybe they think we are trying typing the number of hackathons we have been to. I see, Harshit, you are very smart. Yes, that could be a situation. All right, in that case, Akash, I bow down to you. If we are talking about the number of hackathons we have been to, Akash, you nail it definitely. Perfect. I hope you all have registered and checked in, and I'm gonna quickly remove this particular ban and remove this as well. Cool. So I hope that the day one went well. It's already day two. We have a couple of things in day two as well. It's like this particular, I think the Hackathon 101. I'm quickly checking in the schedule for you all. Mhm. Yes, yes, here we have it. So we had a Python workshop, Elastic workshop, MS Paint event, the quantum computing, no light once again. That's just good. Machine learning, MS Paint again, and then this is the Hackathon 101. And we have one more for the day, which is Stack Overflow workshop. That's really good. You all had a ton of fun, I see, in the workshops and mini events out there. Cool. Alrighty. Then coming back to the Hackathons 101 stream. What do you think? What are we gonna do today in this live stream? Can someone guess that what is about to happen in this one? What will be the Hackathons 101? Is there anything specific we are gonna talk about in today's live stream? Or what? I'm totally confused, and you all are the one who's gonna help me. Practically, it's day three in India. Yes, I agree. It's because of the time zone, but we started late on Sunday, right? So if we're considering the 24 hours thing, we are in the day two. Okay, Harshit is saying thanks for attending Hackathon. Yes, yes, we will share about it. Anyone else want to give a wild guess? Discuss about organizing a hackathons? Definitely. Here's the thing, right? In the first two responses, I've gotten like two different perspectives. One was about attending a hackathon, and another one was about organizing a hackathon. So a lot of different parallels when we talk about what a hackathon is, how we can get, how we can contribute towards it. Definitely, we'll talk about it. Making the most out of hackathons? Yes, yes, yes. That's the main thing. Projects in hackathons, of course, we'll talk about that as well. How hackathons helps in building future or career, I would say, because future is done by you, my friend. Maybe hackathons can help you in your career. Everything about hackathons from scratch, more of like a master class, I see. But I'll try my best. How to find a good hackathon? That's a really good question. Cool. So I'm sure that in this particular live stream, we do not have any particular screen to share. I do not have any slides with me. I do not have any pointers with me for now. I don't have any websites for to show. But that's the fun thing about it. With the live stream we are in today, it's going to be super flowy. It's going to be super natural. Nothing is planned. We'll go with the flow. We'll see how the pattern goes. You can be the guiders of this particular live stream. You can set the path or the agenda for this one. So what we're gonna do is we'll pick all the questions from the start. We will set priorities to it. We will see the flow and then accordingly answer. Meanwhile, in case you have anything to add to whatever I say, please do it in the chat. I would love for you to share your experience as well because we are here to learn together, right? It's not just me saying and you are listening. It's also you are saying and we all are watching, reading, and listening to you. So please do the needful and let us know in the chat whatever experiences you might have had with that particular question, and would love to know your uh, inputs as well. How to find a good team? That's really important, especially while you're hacking. So definitely. How to manage workload? Our hackathons only for students. Let's go hackathons. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. On that note, should we begin? Or are we waiting for someone else as well? In case your friend is still left to join the live stream, please go ahead and invite them and then we can get started already. Decide target runs for a hackathon is a major task. How to cope up with this? Alright, cool. Just give me a minute, everyone. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up something. I don't know if that is something you would be interested in, but maybe we can use that as an asset. Ta-da. But I'll wait for that actually. I would mentor on hackathon time. Cool. So we can begin, I guess, the live stream. We have a couple of questions in the chat. What I'm gonna do is that I'll start with different parallels of hackathons, and to start with, of course, it's hackers. So whenever we talk about hackathons, I have a question at this point for you all. When you first heard the word hackathons, what was that one thing which came up in your mind? Let me know in the chat. Like when someone said you that, hey, this is a hackathon, go ahead and participate. Or when you came across this word hackathon on internet or anywhere on social media, what was that one thing which came up in your mind? Hacker? Yes. This was the same thing which came up in my mind as well. If we like hacking some applications or website, I was thinking the same. Room full of hackers loading at the laptops, wow, yeah. Looking at the laptops, something related to hacking. Yeah, that's like the common thing, right? That we all just understand by the term hackathon. But for all of those who are joining the hackathon for the very first time, let me tell you, hackathons are an event where we try to solve a real world problem in a limited duration of hours. Now, I'm trying to keep it super basic and simple. And hackathons are events where you come together, collaborate with like minded people, bring in all your experience, try to put those experiences in solving those problems which are there in the real world, right? Solving the shared struggles of our society. That's what we do at hackathons. And we do it in a limited duration of hours. We get to interact with a lot of mentors, we get to interact with a lot of people out there, and it's a lot of fun event. So here's the myth busting that it's not about hacking stuff, but it is all about hack the problem, right? Hacking the problem to find an innovative solutions and come up with ideas to solve those problems. It's sort of like a marathon in which we all running to solve a real problem. A personality combination, genius knowledge. Yes. And how many of you all have now is the time to ask that question that how many hackathons have you all already attended? You can let me know in the chat the number of hackathons you have attended. If it is in person, just write in X and then in bracket in person. And if it's virtual, just type in Y, like the number of hackathons, and in brackets the virtual. Let's get to know more about the hackathons you have been to. Oops, where am I? Got on to another one. To virtual 4-0. Nice. That is also a good way because now that you are here, I'm hoping that you will participate in your first hackathon super soon. 0, virtual more than 10, 1 in person. Which was the in person hackathon? I mean, if I can know that. 2 virtual, I guess, 2 virtual and in person. Which was the in person hackathon, really? You all have participated in a good number of hackathons 2, 3, 4. All of these are still good start. Oh, SI is 2022. Nice. 3 virtual. Perfect, perfect. Cool. In that case, I guess you might be knowing what a hackathon is. Instead, in case you are not knowing, we'll definitely talk about HTM 3.0, which is Hack the Mountains. I was there. Were we able to meet? I was there at the hackathon. Two virtual. Perfect. So now let's start with, now that you know what a hackathon is, IEEE assist. 12 pointer. My God, that's a lot. But I'm just going back to the questions right now. Now that we have understood what a hackathon is, we should start by understanding what are the different phases of hackathons, right? So let's understand this from a perspective of a hacker. When a hacker participates in a hackathon, there are different phases through which a hacker goes. Can you all guess what are those phases in a hackathon? Let me give you a hint. There are four phases in a hackathon. Can you try listing all those four phases quickly? Like when a hacker participates in a hackathon, right from beginning till the end, there are like, if we divide a hackathon in like general phases, there are four phases in a hackathon. Can you guess one, two, three, four, or all four of them? Team announcement? No, I'm talking according to the hacker perspective. Like team announcement is something which the organizers does, right? Partially correct, Harshit. That's partially correct, I would say. Yes, partially correct. Yes, that is partially correct. So let me tell you. So the first phase which comes in every hackathon is about ideation, right? Where you try to find a problem statement, where you try to find a shared struggle, and come up with an idea. So that's what like the first phase is. So let us talk about that in general. And while we are talking about that, any specific question to ideation, if you have, let me know in the chat. We will pick that up and take it forward from there. So let's start with ideation first. That's the first phase of a hackathon, which a hacker goes through. So ideation is basically a phase, where all the hacker members or the community members, they try to come up with a problem statement. So there are different kinds of hackathon again. Some of the hackathons do give their own problem statement, some don't. So in those cases, we try to find the problem statement by ourselves. And for some hackathons, the ideation starts on the day of the event, which is like the day one of the hackathon. But for some, it starts like very early, right? That hey, this is the ideation round. You need to submit your ideas and get shortlisted. That's how it works. So ideation can be super, super creative many a times, and it's also very crucial for anyone to get started. So while we are thinking on our ideas, it's important for us to come up with something that actually solves a problem, and we as a hacker can solve it using our experiences. While someone is just looking at those ideas as a way to get started, many people look at those ideas to build on top of what they have, right? So for example, I know basic languages, programming languages. What I'm going to do is I'm trying to solve a problem using those languages. But for some folks, for example, let me give you my example. I want to learn Web3. I want to learn, let's say, Python. I want to learn JavaScript. What I'm going to do is I try to find a problem which I can solve using Python. I don't know it, but this is an opportunity for me to learn Python and build the idea, right? So that's how it works. And whenever we are trying to think of ideas, it's not that it will come up quickly. We need to think a lot about it. We should brainstorm, we should do a survey, we should understand and study the problems around ourselves. And it's not that ideas should be super big and very big ideas or very big problems. It can be very minimal as well. And for that, the best practice is communicate with your family members, communicate with your friends, communicate with the people around you. Talk to them about the problems they are dealing in day to day life, and try to observe those things. Try to note each and everything down. That's how you gather the ideas, and you might encounter a problem there that needs to be solved. So I remember when I used to hack in 2019 and early 2020s, I used to do this a lot. I used to interact a lot with my fellow community members, with my friends, family members, and just asking them, that how things are. Do you think there's any problem? It's not like any specific conversation. It's just a casual conversation which is happening. on a day-to-day basis, and I'm just getting out of it. So that's how I used to do. Do you have any specific questions around ideation? Like anything, feel free to drop those in the chat. We can talk about it. But the second phase, after we talk about ideation, the second phase is about team formation. Yes, I guess Ayush over here summarized like most of the things. Choose problem, which is part of ideation. Second is building a team, which is team formation. Third is code, which means hacking, of course. And the last one is present, which means the pitch one, like the pitching round. So huge shout out to Ayush for that. Just a second. Yeah. So moving on, the second phase is definitely a team formation. Now, how do you form the team? Right. That's again an important aspect because many times it's not solo participation in hackathons, and you have to have your team. One way is always like you bring your own team from your college, or you team up with your friends, and that is something which you can do. Other thing is that on the spot team formation. So for all the virtual hackathons, there's like a separate channel on Discord or Slack that you have a team formation channel. What you can do is you can share more about you, what something you're looking forward to, what are the tech stacks you have experienced in, what is your idea, and what kind of people you're looking forward to have in your team. That's how you can approach the people, right? By typing in the chat. Looking for people having similar interests. Yes, that's a good way. But also what you can do is maybe finding people with diverse backgrounds, because I would not want all the front end developers in my team. I would not want all the machine learning coders in my team, right? Having a diverse background would be really important for your team, and it will allow you to be super creative and super productive as well at the same time. Maybe having a front end developer, a back end developer, maybe someone good with ideation, maybe someone good with stage speaking, bringing down the points, jotting down the points, pitching. So having that kind of a group, a team, which which can handle all the verticals is also important. So try to have people from diverse backgrounds, people with different experiences, different expertise would definitely add a lot of value to your team. Cool. So that is more about the team formation. That's like the second phase. The third phase is all about hacking. So now this is the longest phase in a hackathon, I would say. And when we talk about hacking, it's like, for example, the duration of a hackathon might differ. Like it's a 12-hour hackathon, 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours sometimes, even 1 week. I've seen hackathons 1 week, 1 month long, right? But how do you understand or how do you break down those durations? That is important. For you as a hacker, it's really important for you to keep a note on the time. That is first thing. And try to divide those time into different groups. And try to keep buffer time for yourself in each and every group, in between each and every groups. For example, if it's a 24 hours hackathon, try not to consider it as 24 hours because it's not actually 24 hours. You're gonna not hack all the 24 hours. You're gonna take some time out for lunch, breakfast, dinner. You're gonna get some time off to just relax, to use washroom, to take some nap, take some rest, just talk with other hackers. Judges will jump in between while you're hacking. That time is removed. So all of these times are not part of your 24 hours hacking. So even though it is 24 hours hacking, you do not get actual 24 hours. And for that, you have to manage your time really well. So try to keep buffers for yourself for all of these extra time which gets used while you're hacking, and that will allow you to be on time and onto your plan. What I usually did was I used to have like 4 hours buffer right before the submission starts. So for me, it was like 20 hours hacking, and I used to remove all of those extra things which happen. So I would consider it as like 16 hours hacking, and I would like divide it into four groups, like 4 hours, four groups. So it makes it 16, and I'll target on different phases of my project personally. So in first project, I have to like add so and so functionality. In second, I'll improvise on that. Before I'll jump onto the third, I'll gather some feedbacks from my mentors, from the other team members, or something like that. And then I'll jump onto the third phase where I improvise on what's existing one. And till I reach the final phase, I would just, try to summarize everything, try to recall what we did, try to put everything on place, try to finish it, give it a finishing touch, and everything. And in the remaining 4 hours, we used to work on our slides, our PPTs, our GitHub Readme, and all the stuffs which are important as a part of submission. And that allows us to be on time, submit our project timely, not to miss out on everything, not to get frustrated in the very end. Also allows us to take some time and all of these things. So this was more about managing the time when you're hacking. Other thing would be that you can just you know talk with as many as people as you can. So try interacting with the mentors. Try asking them questions. Try sharing them what you know. Try interacting with fellow hackers. It's not a competitive atmosphere you should have around when you're participating in a hackathon. It's always like super welcoming. So you reach out to hackers on the different desks or if virtually on voice channels and you interact with them, know more about their idea at the same time, share what you have been building on. And this way you can just share and gain a lot of knowledge while you are being part of these conversations. And perfect, I'm seeing the chat, I'm gonna jump on that quickly. And also, it's not just about interacting with mentors and hackers. You can even interact with the organizers out there. So go ahead and interact with them. Just saying hi. It's like basic thing, and knowing more about what they have been doing recently, what made them host this hackathon. Asking general questions. It's not always necessary for you to talk about hacks or projects, but having those meaningful conversations, adding value to the conversations is also important. You can go and check out the sponsored posts. You can interact with them, ask if they have any opportunities. So that is something you can do. And then there's a lot of things which you can do apart from that as well. Just like apart from interacting, you can take part in many events, have some fun. So if you're participating in a hackathon, it's not always about just coding, hacking, and building on top of your idea, but also about chilling, relaxing, having fun, and enjoying your time at that hackathon, right? So make sure you do that as well. And hello, welcome. Is it required to have all the skills and then apply for a hack, or can we learn on the go? You can definitely learn on the go. It's not at all necessary for you to be the expert. Even if you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, very pro, hackathons are for everyone. So you do not need to worry about being a noob or nothing. That's absolutely fine. I'm gonna share my hackathon journey in a while, so you'll realize that how easy it is for you to get started as well. Can we reuse the code on internet while hacking? So essentially, it is not recommended to reuse the code actually because hackathons are all about building something new. If you have a code already and if you want to build on top of it, that is something you can do. Of course, like let's say you have specific code with you that's like starter template, just use it as a starter template, I would say, and build on top of something. Or on top of that, build something new with that, add more functionalities, and specifically mention that thing while you're submitting that project that this was the idea I had, this was the thing which I had it previously, but this is something I worked on during the hackathon. So that is what I would recommend, but not using your code again and again in the hackathon. That's something a bad practice. So avoid doing that. Yeah, correct. There's always something to learn. So technically, we can never have all the skills. So yeah, see, if, if it's your first hackathon or 100, there's always an opportunity to learn something new. So don't worry about whatever knowledge you have at this point. You're definitely going to improvise on what you have right now. So that's the thing, right? Hackathon hackathons allow you to be the better version of yourself. I still remember the first hackathon I've been to. I've grown a lot after that, after each and every hackathon I've been to. So hackathons definitely allow you to learn something new every time. Absolutely. You can definitely browse the internet. It's all yours. You can find the solutions, you can find ideas, you can find approaches, you can find different perspectives, different methodologies, a lot of other things. So feel free to surf on the internet while you're hacking. If you get stuck somewhere, you can also take help from the mentors on the hackathon, and you can also reach out to fellow hackers. I have seen hackers helping each other at a hackathon, and that is something you can always do. Perfect. So while we have already talked about three phases of hackathon, like the first one was ideation, second one was team formation, third one was hacking and implementing an idea. Let's jump onto the final one, which is pitching. Now, this is really very crucial phase of a hackathon. While you have completely gotten a fantastic idea, while you have got an awesome team, and while you have done an amazing work while building on your project, now is the time to share what you have in your mind with the other members or the judges. So pitching comes in pitch. The pitch comes in very handy for all the folks who have planned it well. So make sure you focus on the idea which you're bringing, the problem you're solving, and how you solve that, technologies you will use, the problems you have faced while solving that, and how impactful your solution is. So that is something you can focus on while you're pitching your idea. Try to keep it super short and not to stretch it a lot. That is the recommendation. And also try avoiding usage of buzzwords. You do not need to use big words to show how better your idea is. Try to keep it super simple so anyone can understand it, right? And more than my college degree over the hackathon weekend. Definitely, I can vouch for that. I learned more for sure. But again, college degree is something totally different, so we can't compare it with hackathons. I will. I will shortly. I see a lot of couple of folks have joined in recently. Do you all want to quickly say hi in the chat? And meanwhile, I'll just quickly drink some water. And by the way, I forgot to share this. You can still tweet about it. Uh, Many people tweeted yesterday about the live stream, and I was super happy to see all of those excitement. So what you can do is you can take a picture of this live stream. You can tweet it with this hashtag running down, hashtag Global Hack Week. You can tag ML Hacks. You can use the hashtag Hack with Sid. That is the hashtag which I'm going to use for all my live streams. So just to keep a track on every live stream I did and people who have participated in it. So you can just tweet about it using this hashtag, and once we find and search this hashtag, I can see all your tweets right away over there. So you can use the hashtag hack with Sid, and you can tag me, which is at the rate Siddharth underscore hacks. Just a minute. Meanwhile, for all of those who have joined in right now, feel free to tell more about your hackathon journey in the chat. If you have any specific question, we can talk about that as well. HTF is offline this year. I really hope it's in Delhi. Let's see. We haven't finalized the venue yet, but we are going to soon announce it. So hopefully, for all of those who do not know what HTF is Hackers for. That is the hackathon which I run. One thing I learned about hackathon is how you present your idea is much more important than what you have developed actually. Definitely, right? Amitesh Pata rightly said, because whenever we talk about any idea, so ideation is something which we do within our team. Team formation, of course, within our team. Hacking is done within our team, but the judging and pitching ground is something which you do for others, right? Like you pitch your idea to other members. It can be hackers, organizers, judges. So that is the time you need to be super, super sure about what you are doing, what you are pitching, what your idea is, what problem you're solving, how you did that, and everything. So you have to be super clear while you're presenting your idea, because that is the only time you're gonna share about it with other people. What about interview and some tips after winning fellowship from any hackathon? I didn't get your question, like winning fellowship from any hackathon. I didn't get actually, but about the interview and tips around the hackathon. See, there are various ways you can approach this as. There are already sponsors or sponsored representatives at a hackathon. Try reaching out to them, try connecting with them, talking with them, or just know more about the company actually at first place, that what that company does. If there's any opening, try sharing more about what you have been doing. Share your experiences, share what's something you're doing right now, and if there's an opportunity you're looking forward to, you can just talk in a way that you let them know about what something you're looking forward to, and they can, if they have an opening, they'll definitely direct you towards that. Maybe they can refer you. If not, maybe they can ask you to stay tuned at a newsletter or on their social media to get all the updates about the opening. For many hackathons, it's like the hackathons do have their own interview rooms, and it's like on the spot interview. So for anyone who's going at this, I would just mention that know more about the company actually, what they do, what's the kind of problem they're solving, what product they have, and some basic facts around those products, some numbers which you can keep in mind around the market, some problems which you feel that they are facing right now and you think you can solve, come up with the ideas. Of course, share the expertise around similar verticals. For example, if the company is anywhere around website building or something like that, try to share more about the websites you have built in the past or anything which can resonate with the company's product or company's idea or the role actually. You know what? You should not do that. This is really, really very wrong. Could you sum up about the hackathons? What you have briefed right now? In points? Yes. So we were just talking about what hackathons are in general, and we are still on the hacker perspective. So when we talk about a hacker mindset or the phases of a hackathon in which hacker goes through, there are like typically four phases. First one is ideation, where we come up with different ideas, problem statements. Second is team formation, where we try to build the team and gather people and collaborate with them. Third is the hacking or building or executing period or the phase, where we try to work on our idea, try to bring the solution in the real in life, and try to come up with that. And the last one is pitching or the judging round, where we of course present our idea and get it get it presented towards our judges. I'm trying my best not to. It's a good idea. I should work on it for sure. Sometimes it is very difficult to come up with a good idea. So can you suggest some resources from B which we can get? So I was talking about the same thing, right? Now when we talk about ideas, it's not necessary for us to come up with such big ideas or big problem statements, right? It can be as minimal as your grandparents are not able to switch off the light. It is as simple as that. It is as basic as that, you know. Or maybe there's a there's a child in a house who is crying in the absence of their parents. This is a problem. It's like very basic. It's not a big problem. It's not like something which solves global warming. It's not something which solves the finance thing around the country. It's like super basic. So when we're trying to come up with ideas, it's not necessary for us to think big always. Of course, there are iterations where we can think, and if we have the idea, it's always good, but it's not necessary. We can come up with basic life problems, some shared struggles around ourselves, struggles by the society, by our family members, by our friends. And to find those, you need to be very observant. Try to observe your surroundings. You might have observed this thing that, of course, it happens a lot in India. I don't know if it's common for places outside India, but you might have observed people saying that, "Oh, this is not right way. This is not done." Like we complain a lot, right? We have a lot of complaints with the society, with the government, with just the municipality, with our family members, sometimes with our friends. A lot of problems around ourselves, a lot of complaints. But what are we doing about it? Those complaints are the problems. Those problems can give you an idea which you can work on. So why not? Just be a good observer, observe your surroundings, and try to find those problems which are really there out there and try solving it. So it's not necessary for you to just go ahead and think of any big ideas. You know, I remember when I was getting started, always used to be like hackathon project ideas. I used to type it on Google and get a list of things, but those are already there. How is that helping me? How is that adding value to my society? That is why you need to be super open enough to see around yourself, talk to people, ask questions, just introspect on that, and that is important. Validation is required sometimes. I hope to meet you soon, and also try avoiding using HDF. I avoid using the short form. Always say hack this fall. I avoid using short forms. I'm gonna create a time lapse. Efforts I see. Bridge the gap by solving problems. Ain't it the same? Bridge the gap by solving problems. I did get the question, to be honest. If you can just maybe restructure your question once. Is STF in person event? Yes. Hackathon Fall is going to happen in person this year. The dates are already out. It is 3rd, 4th, 5th February. So the pre-registrations have started. You can go ahead and register at hackathonfall.tech or .tech. What if it has already been implemented? So here's the thing, sir. There are a couple of problem statements or ideas that are not at all solved. That's a good way to start. In case you think this is already solved, try to bring a better solution, right? Try to bring a solution that is the most effective or cost effective. So there's always chance of improvisation. And in that case, what you can do is pitch it in a way that, hey, this is the thing which already exists, but this is how I do it better, right? So that's how you can approach that particular scenario as. Sometimes in life you'll be like, I wish there was a hack for that. That's when new ideas are born. I agree 100% to this. We always have this thing in our mind that why is this that way? I wish that this could have been better. You can do it. It's all in your hands, right? You can do it better. Just go ahead and do it. Yes, you can say that somehow. We're solving the problem, trying to bridge the gap between what do not exist and what something which can exist. So yes, we're trying to bridge the gap in a way. Two out of two hackathons I've won so far and have been blast related. See, it's not important for you to think of all those big problems. Sometimes small little ideas, fun problems are also something which you can solve. Cool, perfect. Feel free to drop in any questions you might have at this point. I'm super happy to answer any of those. Oh, I see already some of the tweets are there live. Thank you so much for tweeting that. Absolutely, it is okay if you could present your hackathon project in your resume. It's about what you have built. So because it's like also like for example, if you're building some projects in your school or in your college, you do submit that in your resume, right? So it is the same thing, and submitting a project in a hackathon adds a lot of value because for someone, for example, someone who reviews your resume or recruiter, if they know what a hackathon is, and if they know the importance of it, they know that you have not just submitted the project, you have been through the entire process of ideation, forming the team, being in that limited duration of hours in building this project, pitching it, and you have done a lot. So adding a hackathon project in your resume not only says the kind of expertise you have with the project, but also allows the reviewer to understand that you are the person who can work in time limits, you can work with team, you can work in in different deadlines and all such sort of things. So these are all the qualities which can come up if the reviewer knows the importance of the hackathon or they actually know what a hackathon is. Yes, I can. I can. So let me quickly start with that. Uh, but even before that, I'll just drink some water because it's a good short and long story. And meanwhile, feel free to bring up your questions. All right, go ahead and do it. I'm gonna check. Cool. So for me, it all started in 2019, to be honest, and I was like super curious about this term hackathon. I heard it for the very first time. I wasn't knowing what it is all about. I wasn't knowing what we do while we participate in the hackathon, and I had like the similar questions up in my mind that is it something where I need to hack? Are there real hackers over there? And that's all the kind of questions which came up in my mind. But because I was very curious about it, and I am an enthusiastic kid. I am super enthusiastic about different stuff. So instead, didn't thought too much, and then I participated and registered for the hackathon, and I went there. It was in Ahmedabad, which is a city near to my city, 1.5 hour drive. So I went there. That was my first hackathon. For all my team members, it was our first hackathon, and we knew nothing. We were first year students. We didn't know technologies. We didn't know different frameworks. Just some basic C, C++, which we were taught in our first semester, and that's it. Nothing more than that. I used to do hardware programming in my high school, so maybe that I could add in uh, in my skill set. But that's it. That's the only thing we knew. So we went there, and we realized that all the people over there are sitting on different desks, opening their laptops and doing some good code, funky stuff. And people like, what's happening? Why are everyone working on their laptops? What's actually happening? So that's how my first immersion was. And in my first hackathon, what I did was I went to different desks. I started interacting with people. I started asking questions. Like, hey, where are we? What are we doing? What is this hackathon all about? Do I need to do something? All of these questions I started asking. And I did ask these questions to only one or two teams. I asked this like to most of the teams out there. I started interacting with them and asked the same question. And I got different answers from everybody on different desks. That was my best learning from that day, I can say, because when we ask questions, especially asking the same questions to multiple people, we get different perspectives, we get different answers, we get different ideologies. And that's how we learn a lot together in a short span of time. So a common thing you might have observed on internet when you try searching something on Google, do you get a specific answer to your question or do you get like multiple links lined up on that Google page? So how does that happen for you? Isn't it like the multiple things which comes up when you're searching for something? So try reading out everything. try getting different answers, try getting different approaches, different perspectives. That is important. It's not always a straight way of thinking. It's like you think in multiple ways. You try to understand what you can and take in and take out whatever is required. So that's how I dealt with understanding what a hackathon is. And after doing that, I realized that we should do something. We should start doing something, and we started building on our project. And it was a super crazy thing. And I remember after that hackathon ended, we ended up winning that hackathon, and that was like the best experience for me because being a noob, being a beginner, knowing nothing about hackathon, going to your very first hackathon and winning that hackathon was an experience altogether. And I was like so excited about it. And after experiencing that environment, that culture of the hackathon, I never looked back, and I started attending all the hackathons in my reach. I started, back in 2019, we like there wasn't COVID, so we could travel actually to hackathons in person. So I have had this opportunity to attend so many in-person hackathons in the past. So yeah, that's how it all started, and then I started going to different hackathons. The entire 2019 was all about participating in hackathons. I participated in so many regional hackathons, city hackathons, college hackathons, national hackathons, smart India hackathon, a lot of not a lot of, but a couple of MNH hackathons. And yeah, in-person hackathons are a cool vibe for sure. And I won some of them. I didn't one of some of them. Just got special mention. I got special track prizes somewhere, and all in all, it was fun. So that was my hacker journey. I participated in around 12, 12, 12, 13 hackathons as a hacker in 2019. Then the 2020 was all about, when 2020 started, I was like, enough of participating. I feel that I've gained some experience. I now need to share it with the community and give it back to them. So I started mentoring and speaking at different hackathons in 2020. So I spoke at a lot of hackathons. I started mentoring a lot of hackers, and then we shifted virtually. So I did a lot of virtual hackathons. So every weekend I used to attend a hackathon. It was like 4 hackathons in a week. So after doing like around 50, 40, 50 hackathons, I realized that there's always something or the other missing, according to me, in a hackathon, and I should come up with something. And that was a problem, right? I felt like I am lacking a experience I am looking forward to, and that's the problem I uh, faced, and that's the problem I encountered. And to solve that problem, I thought that why not I come up with my very own hackathon? And in 2020, we came up with Hackathons, and it's already been 2+ years. We have done 2 successful seasons, hosted a lot of city meetups, hosted Oktoberfest events, and so on and so forth. And not even this. After hosting the first season of Hackathon, I helped and hosted a couple of other hackathons as well, and I helped organizing different hackathons like DevX, Hackon, the Python Week, and some more hackathons as well. So I get to experience the organizing side as well. And I started judging hackathons and a lot of other things. So till 2021, it was more about participating in more than 150 hackathons. It was like super huge number, and I was like overwhelmed with all of these. Then I started doing less number of hackathons because my college ended. I started working, so I'm just like now participating only one hackathon per month. And when I say participating, it's like participating in multiple roles, like as a hacker or as a mentor or as a judge, as an organizer or as a speaker. So when I say participation, it varies from role to role. But yeah, the experience so far has been definitely good. Hackathons have allowed me to be who I am, to learn a lot of things, to network with a lot of folks, and whoever I am today, I give a huge credit to my hackathon journey for sure, because I've become a better version of myself in the entire journey. So yeah, pretty much about my journey. I've tried to summarize it in super short way, but yes, I hope. that's something insightful for you. But I'd love to know your journey as well someday. If we meet, feel free to share about it as well. But now coming back to Hackathon, Hackathon 101, in case you're still left with any questions, do let me know in the chat. We will run this for a couple of more minutes and then maybe we can end it. But if you have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. In person hackathon. Yes. By the way, let me know everyone if you are still here with me in the chat. You can just drop in. Oh, just like the cup stack. By the way, I'm gonna run a cup stacking mini event on Saturday. You can just say hi or hello or drop in your favorite emojis just to know that you all are here with me. And meanwhile, I'll try to bring up something to show to you all folks. Thank you so much for listening. How did you manage your studies alongside with so many hackathons in college? So here's the thing, right? I used to, so this is something which worked for me. I'm not at all recommending you all to do that. But I used to study the night before exams only. Only, I repeat. And rest of the time, I just used to work on my skill set, gain some experience, participate in hackathons, host some events, and that's it. I find. But I'd love to share with you a thing over here. Let me know if you all could see this. So let me know if you all can see my screen. How you can manage college CGPS. Just a plug over here. I ended my college with 9.34 CGPA, so I managed it quite well. Oh, it's visible. Perfect. So if you see, this is my talk title, which this is the talk which I gave at MLS Hackathon last year, and this was all about changing mindsets of winning a hackathon, right? And what what do you understand by changing mindsets of winning a hackathon? I really wanted to speak on this since quite a long time, and I got an opportunity to speak about this at MLS Hackathon. So I asked this question that what do you mean by winning? So I got a couple of questions. Uh, if you all could answer this question in the chat, like what do you mean by winning? Oops, sorry. Should go. Hello, Hariom. Welcome. I see you have in your profile picture. I see a Hackon GitHub background. I missed Hackon and I missed you all for sure. Yes. What do you mean by winning? What do you mean by winning a hackathon? Let me know in the chat. Experience and knowledge. I see. Learning, doing something new, and having fun. Absolutely. Being able to solve the problem, rightly said. The work, time management, knowledge, correct. Achieving your targets. Mhm. To learn something new and implementing that in real life properly will be a winning for me. Nice. I wanted to, but then it makes it shorter, so I'm trying to avoid that. If you implement the idea that you began the hackathon with, That could be winning, right? Unlocking levels of creativity. Fantastic. Cool. Now, here's the thing, right? You all know what a hackathon is, and you all have good mindsets while you're participating in a hackathon. But what I presented at Amelage Hackathon was that I wanted to change mindsets of winning a hackathon. For many people, winning a hackathon is all about prizes, awards, positions, but is that all? Now, this is not wrong. Having a motivation to win for prizes and awards and for position is definitely good. But is that all? That was something which my question was. Right. So let us talk more about it. And when I say what we are winning, it's more than that. And we worked on a hackathon cycle over here. Learn, build, share, and repeat, which is of course something which we at Village, we at Major League Hacking believes in a lot, which is the learn, build, share cycle. So let us understand what happens in learn. When we are participating in a hackathon, we get to learn a lot of things. What we get to learn, we get to learn in working in a team, how we can collaborate with people. We learn how to share, we learn how to share with people, share knowledge, share our learnings, share our expertise over anything. We learn to upskill ourselves. As I mentioned, to become better version of ourselves. So we upskill at a hackathon. We learn more about different open source projects, opportunities, internships, jobs, and so much more. So all of these things is something which we learn at a hackathon. What's next? We build at a hackathon. And what we build, we try to solve a problem. We try to solve a real world problem. We collaborate with others meaningfully. We build connections. We do networking. We build our resume and add a more practicality. We have so much to learn theoretically, but at a hackathon we do it practically. So we become more practical in a way. What's the next thing? We share. So we share with the other community what we are doing, what kind of projects we have, our experiences. We share with mentors, judges, and speakers. We share a common space. We talk to them. They share what they have. We share in return what we have, and that's how we network with each other. We just have that bond created. We make new friends. We share a bond, right? So I remember I found a lot of new friends at a hackathon actually, with whom I'm still in touch with. So hackathon allows you to make new friends, and of course share common interests with the community, right? It's really good to have people who know you better than yourself. And of course, we can't miss on small wins, right? So it's not about winning the hackathon, but even if you have had the best time of yourself at a hackathon, you have celebrated, you have had fun, that is a small win. On free food and swag, of course, who misses out on that? Grabbing small opportunities just to do all of these things, small little things, and becoming better version of yourself. All of these are like small wins for me. And if I have done any one of it, any one of all the points which I just mentioned here, any one of it, I have won the hackathon. According to me, if I have get to learn, if I have get to build, if I have get to share and get some small wins for myself, I have won the hackathon irrespective of the prize or position or award I have received. And that's the basic cycle. And that's how I wanted to change the mindsets of winning a hackathon. And hackathons you can be part of, being a high school student. This was something I just focus on the high school part. If you're a high school student, you can definitely take part in any of these hackathons. And there's also like uh, art club hackathons where you can participate in. All of these are like high school hackathons you can participate in. So make sure you check these out as well. I guess happy hack. That's how actually it ended. Sorry. Oh, there's a lot of chat happening here. Let me see. For me, it's increase in my confidence level. Nobody can just open the sorry. No, you can't do that. Over to connect with many people. Yes, definitely get perspectives. Just make sure do not cross the line. Yeah, definitely. Code days is something where you can get started. Yes, that's something where you can get started. I can try sharing the link. Just give me a minute. Okay, I got the link. Can view, copy link, and then copy the one that works perfectly. I've shared the link with the time. Let me know if you can access that. Also, a quick plug about Hackathon. So, feel free to pre-register. Pre-registrations have already started for it, and you can participate in this. This is going to happen in person this year. You can know more about us on our website for sure, and everything which you need to know. We have done a couple of city meetups in the past, and we had a lot of fun over there. So I look forward to have you in 2023. We are going to do more of city meetups, and we're not repeating the cities, but we're gonna have more city meetups across India. So in case you are here, do join us for this as well. And we recently did our Hackfest event, so you can check about it as well. What else? There are some cool stuff, right? And you can join us on Discord. We have over 4,000 members already over there. Uh, yeah, that is pretty much. And you can just go ahead and pre-register here. And as this is started. Oops. When the team for art responsibilities, so there's see there won't be any specific things. Of course, there will be tracks, but you are open to come up with any ideas. There will be tracks like machine learning, AI, web IoT, all of these things. But at the same time, we are not restricting you to build only in these tracks. You can always have any innovative idea which you can just bring in. So you're not limited to any of the things. You want Delhi, but Delhi, United States. Ah, okay. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, that's like something which is far away. It's February, but what's coming up ahead is Hackathons. That is like the September event coming up, and I'll be coaching along with Fajal over there. So if you are joining us for Hackathons, I'm definitely looking forward to meet you in Delhi on 3rd and 4th November or 4th and 5th November. I'm not wrong. Chhattisgarh is definitely in my plan. So stay tuned for that. Cool. But Central India needs meetups. I'm planning to do somewhere in Nagpur maybe, but let's see. Probably, probably soon. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. See, that's the thing, right? We are for now. Let's focus on the hackathon, but whatever events happens, it will happen next year. Don't come just to meet. Come for the community. Come to interact with the people. I would say, of course, I'm gonna meet you, but you're not gonna just meet me and go away, right? You're gonna learn a lot at that meetup. You're gonna network with people, make some new connections. So, yeah, we'll try our best. Try our best. Cool, but do you have any specific questions around hackathons now? If yes, we can quickly pick that up, and then we can probably end this live stream. And in case you haven't tweeted about it, you can. Let's create a buzz on the Twitter about this particular live stream. You can always use the hashtag global active, which is just running down at the rate ML hacks. You can tag MLH, you can tag me, and with set hashtag. Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. You all have been a wonderful audience. I should that. Can I talk about hackathons happening this weekend? I can show you actually. So if you just go to emulate.io events 2023 season hackathon, you can already see all the hackathons happening this weekend. You know, mentioned Hackathon, Hack the Mars, Code Red ODC, Hack the Midlands. These all are like in person, and then that is the first one, and then there's like a lot of other hackathons coming up on it as well. I'm talking about Hacks Yes, where I'll be going in person. This happening will be on 5th and 6th. So you can always find all the hackathons listed on ms.io/events. And here you see I have this one. Yay. I'm just super, super uh, obsessed with having this one. I can't stop myself talking about it. Thank you so much for listening and being here with me. That's something that was something. How to start a convo with people you want to connect with. Just start. That's how to do it. Just start with learning more about them. That, for example, if I'm approaching someone who's super new, I would just start with, "Hey, how are you? What's your name? What you have been up to? What you are doing?" Something like this. Not, of course, giving all the questions together at once, but starting to know more about them. Just like we started this live stream, saying hi in the chat, getting to know where you all are joining from, understanding more experiences, what's the mindset you're having. Just start casually, and at the same time, you're letting them know more about you, that what you have been doing, who you are, where you're joining them from, anything. It can be anything on the parallel lines, and once you find a common interest in that conversation, you can take it ahead from there. Yes, I'm always here. I'm always here. So there's no chance to miss me. I'm always here. Thank you so much for joining in. It's going to be fun for you, not for me. So don't try to do that, because in that case, I'm definitely gonna ignore you. If you can have fun, I can too. So lots of love. But is there anything we still have to talk about? Or if not, what we can do is we can do the end. Also, I have one more shoot coming up tomorrow, if I'm not wrong. Yes, I have one shoot. Oh yes, I'm having Tetris tournament. So it is happening at 3:30 p.m. IST. So maybe tomorrow you'll get a chance to join on the live stream to play the Tetris game. And that's very fun. I'm pretty sure about it. You can already share the link in the chat about the Tetris tournament which is happening tomorrow. Yes, you can follow me on LinkedIn, but I'm not quite active over there. What you can do is you can just connect with me on my Yes, that is I'm Hey Dheeraj, welcome. Welcome to see you here. I'm so happy that you join us. No worries, Krish. You'll get to know what Tetris is tomorrow. So make sure you join in on right time. Don't be late, just like you were late today. Thank you so much, Ayush, for joining in and spending your time with me and with all the other people in the chat. Cool, perfect. On that note, thank you so much, everyone. And In case we do not have any more questions, we will get going and we'll start continuing with our challenges and all the mini events which are lined up for the day and the upcoming days of the week. And make sure you enjoy your time at Global Hack. In case you are stuck anywhere, you know where to reach out to on our Discord and have a lot of conversations, create a lot of networks, build projects, collaborate, and enjoy with your grill and have some good fun time for you. And I'll see you tomorrow in the tennis tournament at 3:30 p.m. IST. And with that note, I'm just gonna take the banner. Thanks everyone for joining in. I'll see you all and bye bye.